James Snowden, Year 1, F&P It Snows by Bryony Lavery, directed by Kate Pascoe. When reading the script, I wasn't really sure how to make of it. I didn't really like the format of the script and the constant repeat the lines, as it made the script sound quite childish. And it was quite similar to 4.48 Psychosis as well, which is why I didn't really like that. And this is seen on page 17 as an example, as it says, you look, and you look out, and you look out, and you look out. And this would have been acceptable if this technique was used occasionally, but instead it was used several times, and it's just confusing why they put it in. But I'm sure at the end, when this is all finalised and it's like the end product, it will be probably quite understandable. But I just prefer it if it'd be like a normal script that would kind of like make sense on paper on day one when reading through it. I also dislike the content uses sort of short lines for any character, as it's something I haven't properly seen before when looking at the scripts that we'll have to perform. I'm excited to get the script up on its feet, as Kate, which is our director, says this is the kind of script that looks good when it's completed, and not when it's on like paper on day one reading through the script. More specifically, I'm excited to see what role I'll be given, as there are no auditions, and I think it's been like the auditions are in like a different way, or our director is doing like a unique way to find out whose character is who, and I think it's been based off like how we're working and stuff, and our behaviour, etc. I'm also excited about finalising the project and working with everyone that is involved to create the piece of theatre. For example, I want to, talk to the lighting technician or the lighting designer, and talking to them, or looking at them, their ideas about, how we should create this, and not just, my peers, and also the director. And I think as soon as we get our roles for the script, it'll be difficult to have a clear understanding of the play, because not only the script is hard to get around, but it's also it's an unpopular script, which means there aren't many videos or clips showing us other people's ideas of the play. And I feel like it's just, normally when we'd have a script, I'd be asked to do some research or something about like looking at the scripts, and I've already tried to search it up, and there isn't much stuff that I can look at other than the script, really, unless I'm looking in the wrong place. But I think that there isn't as much like videos or stuff like showing me how people have made the script or their final product. When tackling the next week, for me, I think it'll be quite important to keep an open mind, especially for the rehearsal process. I think this because I'm not always looking on the good side of putting things together. So when I'm told by my director to do, well, let's just say, to do some silly dance on stage, I think it'd be ridiculous and not really give it another thought. And I think going into this, I need to look at how it would look as a final product, and with like the sound and lighting and stuff, and the fact that it might not even be used. It's merely an idea. It's not actual, it won't be confirmed that I'll be doing a dance. Do you know what I mean? And when auditioning for roles in a play, I tend to be quite competitive, so I need to understand that my director is using a unique process to determine who plays who, kind of thing. And although I use my phone to take notes in class, I probably need to bring a folder in, or a ring binder, so I can keep all my work together. And the easiest kind of find out where my work is, and I could also put little labels on the side showing that what part of I could make this go in some kind of order, starting with rehearsal process work, then end finalising work. So it'll be easier when looking back, when doing my reflections, my big reflection at the end. So maybe find my notes easier rather than to go on my phone and swipe up and down to try and find out where my work is and what note document it is.